Hey, you guys, this is Irene. Um, this is so weird because I was doing some editing for some of my other channels and this came up in my feed. And so I thought it would be interesting once I started watching it because when the whole ZaZa thing broke, um, I just happened to be on Nyla's panel where a lot of the women who were part of this trip, people who were business associates with ZaZa and things like that, came to Nyla to try to disassociate themselves or, get support from the community, just have their voices heard in general. This is women even outside of the women who went to the local news because it was reported on in the news about ZaZa. And everybody did videos. A lot of people really drug her. I don't feel Nyla did. I think Nyla just gave people a platform to tell their story. But around the internet, ZaZa was drugged pretty heavily. And in my video, I just kind of took the route with clearly this was a scam. Whether it started out to be a scam or not, I don't know, but it reached a scammy point. And sometimes I understand, like, as people, if we go really far in something, it's hard for us to double back on. Like, once you start down a path, you might want to double back, but sometimes you can't. So when I address the ZaZa thing here on my channel, that's kind of the direction I took with it, which is that everything is redeemable, right? Like, we make mistakes, we all get trapped in like our own bad decisions, and we should all be allowed to grow and move past that. So I was really excited, and I'm about to play it right now when she finally did speak, until I heard what she had to say. And then I was really sad. So I'm actually going to play, and we're going to go through this together. And I just want to stop as she's talking and just kind of interject my thoughts. And after we've watched it, I want to hear your thoughts. This is supposed to be in two parts. The first part aired about 20 hours ago. And so I'm about to share my screen with you so that we can watch this together and just kind of have a discussion, right, with regard to this situation, because what she had to say and how she said it, I don't know. I mean, let's look at it together. Because she made it public, I'm gonna address it and talk to you guys about it publicly, right? We're online and this is the way that we converse with each other. So it just is what it is. So let me do my screen share. Okay, so here we go. And let's take a listen.
Had a good time, listening and watching and reporting on the life of ZaZa Ali. I'm going to put up 3 separate videos, and I'm trying not to make them too long. The first one is going to be specifically about the Sedona retreat, a different type of energy than what's out here right now. That's what that video will be for. Also for the science of self, which is what I'm working on right now, which is and closed out the Sedona, Arizona trip. That's why I haven't been online, because in all honesty, I'm at a point right now where I really don't care what public opinion and what people think about me. Okay, so she doesn't care about public opinion or what people think about her. Fair enough. I mean, she did say that the community was expendable, so the fact that she doesn't care is pretty clear. She reiterates that a lot in this, that she just doesn't care, which I think is interesting. But let me keep playing it. Some of you guys may know this or may not know this. This is not the first time that I've been through this, that I've been under major public scrutiny. And when I say major, I recognize that this is a small, in the bigger scheme of things, this is a very small, mediocre, so to speak, community that I'm going to speak to that's actually even interested in anything pertaining to my life or this conversation in general. When I say mediocre, in no way am I trying to minimize, the beautiful people out there that love me and that support me, or even people real loud and real boisterous about it. I'm cut from a different cloth. I'm not, I don't spend a lot of time focusing on other people's lives or a bigger lesson that could be told. But I never really wanted to sit around talking about other people. That shit is corny to me.
It's funny that she says that talking to about other people is corny to her, because if we go to her page, let's just do that really quick. And we go to her videos. She talked about Ariana Grande and the funeral. She talked about Coachella, Cardi B, and Beyonce. These are other people in their lives, right? She's talked about the Black Panther. She's talked about, and I'm just scrolling through and looking at it, Keaton Jones, Ray Moore. She talks about other people on her page. Like, this is a pretty regular thing. Talking about other people's lives, slavery in Libya, wouldn't that be other people's lives? So she does talk about other people in their lives. She does this on her channel. She talked about Centoya Brown. So the idea that she is just above speaking of other people in their lives and that's base and she doesn't like to focus on it, I think that's not necessarily true. The thing is that in the same way that she feels it's okay to talk about all of those people because they're in the public eye and all of those issues because they're in the public eye, it is reciprocated, right? Beyonce's not complaining and Cardi B's not complaining that she made a video about them. But when it's reciprocated, and that's something that we all run the risk of, right, when we put ourselves in the public realm, is that our conversation on people can be reciprocated. I know people make videos about me. It's because it's reciprocated, I often make videos about other people. I just talked about Cory Booker and Kamala Harris. So I feel like she's being disingenuous, and she tends, to me, to put herself on a platform and debase everybody else, even though the platform she's setting herself on is not exactly, it's not exactly true to what she does. So again, she's talking about how she doesn't talk about other people, but we just saw a bunch of videos where she does talk about other people. In the same way that people were speaking about her, in the way that you would speak about a public figure who has done something and you want to make commentary on it.
I don't spend a lot of time focusing on other people's lives. I just don't. Throughout the years, even when I was doing radio, I was doing interviews on some of the most public platforms. People tend to want to talk about celebrities, and I used to always shy away from that. I would do it, if
she just literally said she shies away from talking about celebrities, but we just looked at her page, and in recent history, she's talked about many celebrities.
Was a bigger picture or a bigger lesson that could be told, but I never really wanted to sit around talking about other people. That shit is corny to me. But, that's the world that we live in. That's how y'all get your checks or, how you get your attention. So you got to do what you do. But like I said, I didn't really have any intention of talking about this until I had a conversation with a friend who was actually involved with the Sedona trip, who helped me. And I didn't know, like I said, I wasn't really tuned into what was happening on social media. So according to her, she said that her name had been dragged through the mud and that she had been, her name was all on social media and whatnot. I hadn't heard that from anybody else. I have people and friends that care about me that listen to me. I'm going to say her name now because I don't want to send any lying or hiding. I've actually been very busy working cheerfully with my clients, one-on-one with people. This program that I've created, very intimate, but I do it as a means of, helping people and trying to use my voice to elevate consciousness. When I go out and teach, I know that.
Okay, I want you to remember she said this. She uses her voice to help people and elevate consciousness. She's going to contradict this in a few minutes. But just remember she said it. I use my voice to help people and to elevate consciousness.
That people have a different level of interaction with me, being, in up close and personal, and you can see when you're around me that I really am who I say I am. I am who I am online. It's one thing to sit around and listen to these people on YouTube talking about what they know, but when you're actually in the presence of another human being and they're talking about consciousness and wisdom and elevation and knowledge of self, pay attention to the energy, because that's how you really know. And all these YouTube peons and talking heads and experts.
Okay, I love that she said pay attention to the energy, and then she started putting people down. All these YouTube peons and talking heads, and she's about to put people down some more. I might fast forward through it. She puts people down a lot in this. She puts people down left and right. If there's one thing she has down to a science, is putting other people down.
Some journalists and knockoff Dan Rathers of the world. I challenge you guys, I'm talking to the viewers and the listeners, start muting these videos and watching.
Okay, let's mute it. She said mute the videos and watch. So we're watching her mute it. She said to do it. She said mute the videos and watch it and see what vibe you get off of them.
Information that they're relaying. You're downloading energy when you watch these videos. So when you sit back and you do his business, that's why I wouldn't sit down and talk to him.
Okay, here we go.
The specific part out of the way. There won't be any back and forth. I won't be responding to any videos. I won't be responding to any comments. When you ask me how long did it take me, why did it take me so long to come out publicly and talk about this? Because it's none of your business. It's none of your business. I'm talking to the people who hate me. I'm talking to the people who are indifferent. And I'm talking to the people that love me. It was none of the reporter's business. That's why I wouldn't sit down and talk to him. The devil that he is. This is none of your business. Unless you have a vested interest in, you paid some money for a trip. One of my other trips, I could see somebody who was a part of one of my other trips hit me up and saying, hey, what's going on with this? Is everything okay? I'm concerned, which none of them did. I had 3 cancellations, which, they have every right to do so. And I don't know what the reason was, but, that's a part of the business. That comes with the territory. I could see somebody who had a vested interest in my business, maybe an investor or something, wanting to be in the know with what's happening to me in regards to my business. But for everybody else, it's none of your business. So this video, what I'm about to break down, I'm not responding to what anybody said. I don't care. I'm going to tell you what happened. You can take it or leave it. You can go and make it.
Okay, and this is where I want to get, because she's going to explain what happened on the trip. But I just want to say, whilst she says she doesn't care and it's nobody's business and she doesn't care, she cares because she just finished saying the peons, the talk Dan Rathers. So she does care to some extent, right? Because she cares enough to put people down who would do commentary on her, because she's above doing commentary on other people, despite the fact that we just went to her page and just scrolling down the first few rows of videos saw that she does commentary on celebrities and public figures herself. But when it's her that's on the chopping block, she's got an issue with it. And I was hoping for more out of this. But what we're going to get is just an expansion on what a lot of people commented about her who were affected by this situation, which is that she's very focused on self and she's very demeaning to other people. Remember, she referred to herself as a wolf, and she referred to everybody, or a lion, a wolf or a lion, I think, and she referred to everybody else as sheep, basically as prey.
The video, you can respond, you can say this isn't true, or this person said that, or I heard that. I don't care. And I specifically, this has been a training session for everybody who tunes into my videos or who listens to what other people say about me, or who heard what she said or what he said or any of that shit. Social media does not run my life. I didn't deem myself a public personality. Y'all did.
She said she didn't deem herself a public personality. We did. we made her a public personality, not her coming on YouTube, pandering to gather subscribers and putting out videos all the time, giving people advice on how to raise their consciousness. That's not what made her a public personality. It's our fault.
I never called myself a leader of the people. People call me that. My only goal is to lead myself.
Now, that's why I told you earlier in this video, she said she wants to raise the consciousness and help other people. And now here we are just a few minutes later, and she's saying her only goal is to just work on her and to better herself. And in the same video, she has two different stories that she's telling. And the lack of consistency is startling to me. And I think that's what happens when we run our mouths, not her, just all of us in general. We start to speak out of our heart. And that's ultimately what is happening. Because earlier in the video, she was about helping others and raising the consciousness of other people. She has some videos where she talks about her purpose is to raise the consciousness of the whole world. But then she just literally said, that's not what's up.
I never called myself a leader of the people. People call me that. My only goal is to lead myself. And I've said that multiple times over the years. So you can take what I'm about to say and you can do whatever you want to do with it. But the bottom line is you're getting a lot more than what you actually even, you know what I'm saying, than what's even warranted in this situation.
Listen, she said, you're getting a lot more than what is warranted in this situation. And then listen to how she talks about the people who pay money to come to her events and who are subscribed to her channel. She literally puts them all down. She's about to put everybody down. I'm telling you, this whole video is just her putting other people down. Just everybody, she just puts them beneath her. It's really astounding.
This new social media, everything's got to be, you got to respond to everything. People so used to people getting people to say sorry. I can't tell you how many emails I got. Well, actually, it wasn't a lot. Maybe about 5, somewhere 5, 10, somewhere around there. You just need to publicly come forward publicly and apologize. To who? To the women that were a part of the retreat, I apologized to them directly. I got on the phone and talked to those women directly.
Now, do mind you that Nyla says did bring on some of those women and they hadn't spoken to her directly. Just, those are just facts.
So who am I publicly apologizing to? You, because you subscribe to my YouTube channel? That's not a reciprocal relationship. I'm giving. You're giving me nothing. You paid $20 and came to see me speak somewhere and you're disappointed in me.
Did you hear what she said? I'm giving, you're giving me nothing. She's dishing it out and nobody's contributing anything to her. And their little funky $20, it doesn't matter. When she said these people are, that community is expendable, she was not playing around. And that's why this is why I decided to do this live. Because I was so blown away as I watched this. Like the more she talks, the more my head just blows up. Like brains everywhere. My mind is completely blown that she actually uploaded this and was serious. That she's actually put this online and it's going to sit and that she's going to do a part 2. What the heck? There's no way. How are you going to put down the people that pay money to come see you? How are you going to put down your own subscribers? She started off putting down the other people who spoke about her, and now she's putting down the people who actually support her, which is insane.
This dude sent me an email yelling in all caps, "I'm so disappointed in you. This is our problem." To my original point, you can take what I'm about to say and leave it alone. I don't care what anybody thinks about me at this point, and that's one of the blessings that has come out of this because I am a very sensitive person. So
okay, she's about to start talking about how high she is, so I'm going to skip over that. But she keeps saying she doesn't care, so we need to listen to her. She doesn't care. She couldn't, in 13 minutes, she said it several times.
Saying very disrespectful things. There's no agree with somebody or not, whether you think they were wrong or not, this is a savage world and society that we live in. It disgusts me. And I'm really, really sorry that she had to get involved in this. And then I had a meeting a little more than a week ago, a sister who wanted me to be a part of something that she had going on. And she told me that she had watched some video that some female had just put up, and she asked me about it, and rightfully so. Like I said, if there's a possible business interaction, I can understand someone's concern. And I told her what a synopsis of what I'm about to tell you now. But she told me that the woman in the video was like, y'all just gonna let her get away with this? I don't know who it was. She didn't know her name. I didn't know her name. None of that. So they're all color crayons in a school color crayon box to me. No names, no faces, just there. You know what I'm saying? But she was like, you could tell. She said something about the way I look at it. She was like, you could just tell, like it was hatred. She was like, and of course she still wanted to know the situation. But anyway, let me get into that in the second video. So Sedona, Arizona, I had a retreat that originally was for 50 women. We ended up cutting it off at 45. So we capped it at 45. We were sold out.
I want you guys to listen very carefully to the excuse she makes. I'm going to let it play through, and then we're going to go to the news clip and what the hotel had to say. Because the fact that she's coming on YouTube and blatantly lying is a problem.
Over the course of six months, we had 12 cancellations. So we ended up with 33 actual participants that were supposed to be at the trip. We had 5 cancellations within the last month. So 2 days before the trip, I got into a car accident. I called the police, filed a police report. I felt okay. I had a little tingle, a little twitch in the back of my neck, but I didn't really think too much of it. I was on a high and excited about going to Sedona, one of the most beautiful places in the world.
Now, mark what she says. She says the 2 days before the trip, she had this accident, and she was packing and on a high about going to Sedona. But we're going to go to the news clip and talk about why that could not possibly be true.
A place that I have a very fondness for. That Monday was my birthday, so it was just something that I had invested a lot of time and energy to. So I called, I had my car towed. Police came, gave me the police report number, whatever. I took an Uber back home. I called the sister that I'm talking about before, let her know what happened. Actually, she didn't answer. I sent her a text message and said, this is the situation, but I'm fine. I'm going home. I'm going to go finish packing. I go home, finish packing, and I had a lot of heavy lifting, a lot of stuff that I was doing, a lot of, big suitcases I was carrying with gift baskets and whatnot. About 3:30 in the morning, I woke up and the back of my neck was on fire. I'm talking about like literally I could barely move, could barely sit up to get out of the bed. I called an Uber, went to the emergency room. The doctor told me, he said, you have whiplash, but he said, if you get on the flight, you run the potential of having severe nerve damage because of the takeoff and the landing process. Even when the doctor hadn't told me, I barely got out of the bed, okay? So I called her. She came to the hospital and picked me up. And I was basically, could barely get in and out of the car, okay? And I'm still in my mind trying to figure out a way to get this trip taken care of. She's like, you can't go. So we got to my house, and I was like, well, maybe we can still do the trip without me being there. No, that's not going to work because, number one, it's my name, it's my company, it's my reputation on the line. So I cannot move forward with this trip. I just can't.
So she is claiming that her inability to go on the trip is why the trip was canceled and she couldn't move forward with the trip. I want to go to the news clip. This is on Organic Illionaire's channel. And I'm just going to start the news clip really quick. And let's hear this trip that she claims she was planning to go to. It was all good and they could go. What did the resort that was hosting this trip, what did they have to say? And this is what I mean. How is she going to come and actually lie when the resort is on record, on news, on CBS 46 News, saying that there was no event?
Paid But one day before the trip, Alicia got a call from ZaZa's assistant. The trip was canceled. Via email, ZaZa claimed she'd been in an accident. But when we contacted the hotel, the sales director confirmed that they canceled the event.
Whoa, what was that? Who canceled the event? Who and when did they cancel it? Let's talk about it here.
In an accident. But when we contacted the hotel, the sales director confirmed that they canceled the event 1 month earlier.
I'm sorry, let's just play that again. Wait, let's go back to ZaZa. Why did ZaZa say she canceled the trip? Let's listen to her. She has her story. What does the place that was hosting, where the hotel rooms were, where they were staying, where everything was going on, let's compare what ZaZa has to say with what the establishment had to say.
The takeoff and the landing process. Even when the doctor hadn't told me, I barely got out of the bed. Okay? So I called her. She came to the hospital and picked me up. And I was basically, could barely get in and out of the car. Okay?
Now, mind you, she's talking about the 24 to 48 hours before the trip. She's saying 2 days before the trip, she got into an accident. 1 day before the trip, she went to the doctor and was told that she could not possibly get on the plane. And that is why she canceled the trip. This is her story.
And I'm still in my mind trying to figure out a way to get this trip taken care of. She's like, you can't go.
She's still in her mind trying to figure out how to get the trip taken care of. Her words.
So we got to my house and I was like, well, maybe we can still do the trip without me being there. No, that's not going to work because number one, it's my name, it's my company, it's my reputation on the line. So I cannot move forward with this trip. I just can't. So I asked her to get on the phone and directly call everyone and let them know what happened to me. Now it's the day before. The car accident was 2 days prior. Now it's the day before. The very next morning, she picked me up at like 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning. She got on the phone, she called everybody. I intended on calling the hotel. I was heavily medicated, could barely move. So I said, I'm gonna take a nap. When I wake up, I'll call the hotel and tell them what's going on. She came back to my house.
Okay, she claimed she was gonna call the hotel to let them know that the trip wasn't going to happen. Now let's go back to what the hotel had to say. Okay? And this is why I'm astonished that she would bother to even make this statement. When she knows that CBS contacted the hotel and outed the situation on national TV. I mean, help that make sense. Help me help her make this situation make any sense.
But when we contacted the hotel, the sales director confirmed that they canceled the event 1 month earlier because they hadn't been paid.
That's the thing. You had 30 days to give us whatever story you were going to give us. You had 30 days to say, I'm not going to be able to do it. Something came up.
And her gut told her she wasn't alone. She's connected with 5 others who are also waiting for promised refunds. Hope Owens Henry paid $14.99.
I want to know why. Like, just why? I don't even really know if you want to know why. I just give me my money back.
By phone, ZaZa told us she's dealing with financial issues.
Okay. Now we've heard the hotel said they canceled it a month before because she never paid. She's claiming she was just in immense pain and the doctor told her she was going to be physically injured. And y'all, whatever. Let's just keep playing the video.
And woke me up and let me know that there was like 4 or 5 women.
No, you're right, 1D Forever. She might as well have just stayed silent. It would have been better. It looks worse, her doing this. And that's why when I first made my video, I was like, just come out and just say what it is. Like, we have all been in this position. I don't know that she started out wanting to scam people, but at some point, obviously something went wrong. And it was irretrievable at that point. And sometimes everybody has had done something wrong and it just gone that one step too far. And you might want to turn back or whatever, but you're in too deep. I mean, this is real life. This happens to people. But the disappointment is that she would sit there and blatantly lie when the venue, the hotel that she was too much in pain to call, said that they canceled the event a month before. Not 48 hours before, not a day before, not when her neck was hurting, but a full month before. And mind you, Nyla says brought the receipts because the women came to her. She was still collecting payments and pretending to schedule hotel rooms and accommodations, massages for that whole month after the hotel canceled. And that is a problem. Do you know what I mean? Like that part is the problem. That's why I made this video, and I figure we could watch this together and talk about this together, because I was like, this is crazy. It would have been better to say nothing and just leave it alone than to come on and double down on the dishonesty. I mean, it is what it is. We have all lied, okay? We all have lied. So I'm not saying I haven't lied. Y'all can't say that you've never lied. I'm just saying, like, dude, you've been caught. Please don't come on and then try to double down on your lie when you know CBS literally did a whole report and contacted the resort and everything has been made public at this point.
Women that were really, really pissed off that needed to talk, that I should probably talk to directly. Mind you, I'm in the bed, I'm medicated, I can barely move. I said, all right, fine, write their numbers down, give me the information, I'll call them. I called the hotel first. When I called the hotel, the lady that I had been working with had already been contacted by one of the females that was attending the trip, had been cursed out, had been threatened, that if she wasn't able...
This is crazy, because when CBS called the hotel, none of this was mentioned. Y'all heard the CBS report. Let's see. She said when she contacted the hotel, they were saying that they had been contacted and cussed out and all that. CBS says when they contacted the hotel, this is what the hotel said.
Booked the trip for her and her daughter. She paid $2,998. But one day before the trip, Alicia got a call from ZaZa's assistant. The trip was canceled. Via email, ZaZa claimed she'd been in an accident. But when we contacted the hotel, the sales director confirmed that they canceled the event 1 month earlier.
Okay, so there's a conflict there. And Nyla says, and the lives were so long that I can't pull the clip for y'all. She had one of the women on who had traveled from out of the continental US, who wanted to stay at the hotel and was unable to. Some of the women contacted the hotel, not to cuss the hotel out, but because they thought that they had accommodations. Because for the month leading up to the event, after the hotel had canceled it, because ZaZa gave them $0, she was still pretending like they had room. So they felt like, well, we could still take the trip and have a nice time ourselves. But that ended up not being the case. But let's hear ZaZa talk about it.
To come and get her room that she was going to sue the hotel. Now, anybody would... It should be common knowledge in business transactions. If you have an agreement and a contractual agreement with me, if you pay your money to me, if somebody, a representative from my company contacts you and says, there's been an emergency, the trip has been canceled, it should be common knowledge that the vendor is not going to be able to assist you because the person who the contract is.
So now she's pissed off that the women contacted the hotel. She's pissed off that CBS contacted the hotel. She's saying, you gave me your money. Why would you contact the hotel? Well, they contacted the hotel because they had rooms reserved there. And some of them wanted to take advantage of the rooms. But it turns out that you had done nothing with the hotel. You had given the hotel no money, and the hotel canceled a month prior. This story is fascinating to me, but let her keep telling it.
Is not going to be on site. So this is setting the tone of everything that is happening, that's going to happen from there. So I talked to her. She let me know what was conveyed in the conversation. I let her know, look, this is my situation. It is what it is. I turned around and sent her an email to have it in writing so that I could make sure that I was protecting myself and mimicked what was said in the conversation. I got off the phone with her. I contacted the other women, who 2 of them were very vitriolic and upset, and I know which one it was that actually called the hotel. But you know, it is what it is. I can barely talk, I can barely speak, whatever. This is the situation. Let them vent, let them talk. Yes, you're going to get your refund back. Yes, I'm going to stick to the script of what was in our contractual agreement, etc., etc. And then that was the end of that. So over the course.
So I like how she completely glosses over the fact that these women weren't necessarily upset that the trip was canceled. These women were upset that the trip was canceled 48 hours before. ZaZa was still taking their money. She was still pretending like she was making room accommodations. She was still pretending like she was making massage accommodations. But according to CBS News, who investigated this, when they contacted the hotel said that they canceled the trip a month before. That's why the women were mad. And I like how she's pretending like she doesn't understand why these women were upset, or like she doesn't recognize that CBS News investigated her and outed this situation. And the hotel went on record about the fact that she never gave them a penny. It's shocking to me that she made this video, y'all.
Of that weekend, I was at home, disgusted out of my mind, first and foremost because it was a failure to me. I had planned and arranged and worked for 10 months, 11 months on this trip. No.
She worked for 10 months, 11 months on this trip. We cannot forget what the hotel said. So let's just listen to it one more time, y'all, so that we're clear. This one woman paid $3,000. There were over 30 women that were supposed to attend the trip. She worked for 10 months on this trip, but this is what the hotel said.
$998, but one day before the trip, Alicia got a call from ZaZa's assistant. The trip was canceled. Via email, ZaZa claimed she'd been in an accident. But when we contacted the hotel, the sales director confirmed that they canceled the event 1 month earlier because they hadn't been paid.
Wait, why did they cancel the event that ZaZa had been working on for 10 months? Why did they do it?
At the hotel, the sales director confirmed that they canceled the event 1 month earlier because they hadn't been paid.
Because they hadn't been paid. The trip she's been working on for 10 months was canceled a month before by the hotel because she never gave them any money. She never gave them any money. And that's why I'm shocked that she would come and do this video right now. That's crazy to me. And tell this outlandish story as if CBS News did not literally contact the hotel and the hotel didn't go on record saying that there was no event. They had to cancel it a month prior because she hadn't been paid, because they hadn't been paid. And she's going to come and make it sound like it's because of a car accident. And that the women were upset and had no business. Mind you, she said they had no business contacting the hotel. Why would they contact the hotel? Why would they do that? They gave her money. She's mad that they contacted the hotel behind her back. Because by doing that, she ended up on CBS News. I just don't understand why she made this video. I'm very confused, but let's listen to her talk anyway.
Money, no pay, you know what I'm saying? No benefit outside of what was going to happen when the trip actually took place. I got women on the phone now talking to me crazy and disrespecting me. I got this woman from this hotel who's already been acting sideways, and I'm gonna get to that in just a second. You know, about what was taking place. She's been threatened, so now she's talking to me about lawsuits and about the type of people that I'm accommodating in my business, and I need to be more careful, and you know, that type of the shit white people say, you know what I'm saying, when they pivot from now it's a money situation to now, you know what I mean, it's an overseer situation. At first we were having a contractual agreement and business partners. Now you want to talk to me like you my mother.
Okay, so she's just offended.
8 months. we dwindled down to 33. In the last month, we dwindled down we had 5 cancellations over the course of the last month. So they went from having this.
It's crazy to me she's talking about cancellations that happened in the last month when we just heard the news clip. The trip was canceled. It was fully canceled by the venue a month before due to non-payment. But she's steady running her mouth, which is crazy.
This expectation of profit to having this expectation of profit. So now they're trying to strong arm me and tell me that the rooms that I originally had available are no longer available. Well, why is that? Nothing's changed. They tried to strong arm me to force me to take higher rated rooms in order to make up for some of the loss of profit. And I wasn't doing that.
Okay, so she's claiming that the hotel, because her numbers dropped by 5, they wanted her to pay a higher rate for the rooms. All right? Which is very interesting to me. Let's hear her keep talking because see, nothing's going to change at the hotel canceled due to non-payment. Non-payment, as in they got no money at all.
So, but I still wanted to honor the original agreement. I could have, and what I should have done, and I'm going to talk about all the valuable lessons that I've learned since. I should have pivoted and went to another hotel. But again, people pleaser ZaZa, operating from the heart chakra instead of being more shrewd in her business.
I'm gonna need her not to talk about how she operates from the heart chakra when she spent the first 15 minutes of this video putting people down. She put down everybody on YouTube and claimed, you know, they were fake news reporters, this and that. She doesn't talk about celebrities and public figures, even though we went to her page and she has all kinds of videos talking about Beyonce, Cardi B, Aretha Franklin, like, you know, just everybody. Okay. Then she put down the people who come to her venues talking about you paid $20, but I don't owe you anything. She did that all in this one video that we're watching. Then she put down the people on YouTube talking about, I'm giving you stuff. You guys aren't contributing anything to me. You're just taking. You shouldn't have any expectations of a response from me. And after all of that, putting people down, she's talking about she operates from the heart chakra. Look, get the fuck out, please.
I'm still trying to accommodate everybody. And I know at this point, this trip is a financial loss for me. So over the course of 3 weeks, I was going back and forth. I gave them a portion of the third deposit. I did not give them all of the third deposit because at this point, I really don't know what these people in this situation. I don't know how this is going to turn out. So let me be careful because I'm already losing money at this point. The 12 cancellations was my profit, but still trying to move forward. So.
Okay, so she's claiming, so now she's trying to make an excuse for the hotel saying they canceled a month before. Let me tell you why this is not going to work. This is not going to work because she's admitting now that she was in contact with the hotel for the month prior. They were trying to strong arm her for money, blah, 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 but we're moving forward. She just said it. Y'all just heard her, but we're still moving forward. The problem is that the hotel doesn't say that she was still moving forward. The hotel says that they canceled the event. And if she was truly in cahoots with them and talking to them and trying to work stuff out with them, then she knows that they canceled the event because she gave them $0. There should have been a deposit at the very least that they received, and they said they got no money.
Over the course of that final month, that final 30 days, I was going back and forth with first her, then her manager, then the regional manager, trying to get this situation straightened out because this is a lot of money that's at hand. So all of these emails are in writing. I have all of this information. Should I ever need for legal reasons to prove my point, I won't be showing you any receipts because, again, it's not your business. I have all of this information in this back and forth. And we agree when I get there, I'm going to take care of the difference while we're working through this process.
Now, we know that she's a bold-faced liar. I'm going to tell you how I know that she's a bold-faced liar right now. First and foremost, let's just go back to what the hotel said, and I'm going to tell you why we know that this is bullcrap.
In an accident. But when we contacted the hotel, the sales director confirmed that they canceled the event 1 month earlier because they hadn't been paid.
They canceled the event 1 month earlier because they had not been paid. She's trying to get us to believe that she was just going to make it good when she got there. What hotel do you know is going to not fill almost 30 rooms when they have gotten no money, no deposit, no nothing? There's no security, but they're just not going to put people in those rooms? In real life, do we believe that this occurred? That this hotel was like, sure, the money doesn't matter. The CBS and says, we never gave, the hotel is lying, and that she's telling the truth when she says that the hotel, she gave them no money, but she was going to make it good when she got there, and they were okay with it. That's what we're supposed to believe? I'm curious. Is that what we're supposed to believe?
And in my contract, and I couldn't really be too, forceful in this situation, because in my contract, I had agreed to making sure that I confirmed 90%. People who do business understand this type of stuff. And thank you to all the people who are business owners, who have actually ran a business, who reached out to me, who understand how.
That's funny, because her business, what is on Nyla says, talking about it was some BS.
You're not making a contractual agreement with these type of people without putting a substantial deposit down. So this idea that 30 days in, I hadn't given them any money, so I ran off into the sunset.
Okay. But yet the hotel said that they hadn't been paid. It's like everything that everybody else says is a lie, and she's the only purveyor of truth. I mean, that's what she's saying, which is probably why she spent 10 minutes telling us that she didn't care if we believed everything that she was about to say, because she knew that everything that she was about to say was not going to make any sense, and therefore nobody was going to believe it.
Come on, man. I'm speaking to the business owners. They're not getting the 33, the reduced, and helped a lot of people and helped a lot of women. And she recently had a trip that she planned there, and we just want to kind of, get an idea of her character. Or, you know what I'm saying? You think he called with that energy, or did he say, "Hey, this is the devil of Fox News calling to get some information"? We had some women reach out to us and say they've been before. Now, setting up the log. But of course, we know the media, you know what I'm saying? They don't lie. These people don't lie.
No, ZaZa, you're the only person that tells the truth. So now she's trying to say that CBS talked to the hotel in such a way that they told a lie about her not giving them any money. Everybody's a liar. The people on YouTube are evil and do things she would never do. The people who pay to come to her events, the little petty $20, as she put it earlier in this video, they don't matter. They shouldn't expect anything from her. The people who watch her on YouTube, they give her nothing. All they do is take from her. She said this all in this same video that we're watching. She said all these things. Watch it on the playback or watch it on her channel if you missed it. And now, according to her, somebody else is wrong now. Now even the news is wrong, and the hotel's in on it too. Everybody's just against ZaZa. She's just a victim in all of this. Everybody's a horrible person expecting too much, and she doesn't care. I mean, this is the theme of this video.
These corporate people don't lie, unless, of course, it comes to R. Kelly and Bill Cosby. The media is the litmus test for me, but they're trying to lynch. It's a lynch mob against R. Kelly and Bill Cosby, the Bill Cosbys of the world. Isn't that something?
Did she just compare herself to R. Kelly and Bill Cosby? Is it me? Or did she literally just equate this situation with her to R. Kelly and Bill Cosby? Like, herself and debases others is astonishing. The fact that we spent the first 15 minutes of this video listening to her debase everybody else, and now she just keeps lifting herself up on a pedestal. She operates from the heart chakra. She's on the same level as R. Kelly and Bill Cosby. If they'll come for them, they'll come for ZaZa too. Like, this is super deep.
White on white.
I don't know, doggy dog. Narcissism, you think? Maybe a little bit of narcissism. Maybe just a teeny weeny bit of big-headedness. Just tiny bit.
Crime. Not white on white crime. The system of racism, white supremacy doing what it does in protecting itself. And understand,
Now, I'm mad that she said that this community was expendable to her, but now it's a system of racism and white supremacy that's out to get her. For real? It's not that you didn't give the hotel money a month before. It's not that you pretended that a car accident 24 hours before and a doctor's visit is why you canceled. It's not that you said that you told CBS that you gave the women the money back, and it turns out you gave just a couple people money back because people were all over Nyla's channel begging for their money back and complaining. It's not any of those things. It's not like your business partner said that even he was shocked because he was supposed to be giving them massages and he was getting drugged into this because it was all a scam. It's not any of those things. It's the system of racism and white supremacy. That's the problem. That is the problem. Everybody else is full of crap. It's just a big, huge conspiracy against ZaZa.
About finger pointing. I take full accountability and full responsibilities for everything that's taken place in this situation. Even on an energetic level, I see now my flaws. I see where I went wrong. I see the mistakes that I made. But I'm still going to point out the things that need to be pointed out. So the media is a
I don't know. I don't recall her saying she made any mistakes in this video. Maybe she said, and I missed it. I heard her talk crap about everybody else, though. I heard her say bad things about every single solitary person involved in this situation, from the people who talked about it, to the people who buy stuff for her shows, to the people who had the audacity to email her and ask what was going on, to the people who actually got scammed. She's downgraded everybody and talked crap about every single person involved. I have yet to hear her say she did anything wrong. She's all operating from heart chakras and, you know, elevated consciousness and just giving, while all of you guys just take from her. That's what she said earlier in the video, y'all. I'm not playing. These were her words. She's giving and all you people do is take. She doesn't get anything back. You just take from her. So I don't know what she did wrong. I mean, according to her, she's an elevated, enlightened, heart operation, chakra operating human being. And her only flaw really is expecting all of you guys, and me included, to be more human, right? And not treat her like crap.
This devil puts a camera in front of my house where my son lays his head at. It is programming because why are you in front of my house? Was a crime committed here? What's the message that you're conveying to the public and to my neighbors? Criminalizing me. Was there a crime committed here? Why are you at my home where my son lays his head? Did any of you people, for 1 second, I'm not even going to ask that question because I know the answer to that question. It's called programming. It makes it look like I really did something wrong on top of everything else. In front of my home where my son lays his head.
And it's interesting because earlier she said that, you know, she just didn't care and she's been out in the shadows, all happy-go-lucky, just handling business. She doesn't sound very happy right now. It doesn't sound like she was happy-go-lucky when the news were at her house. You know what I'm saying? And she contradicts herself so much in this one video because at 10 minutes in, she was happy-go-lucky and unbothered. Now, why were the news at my house? Why are you guys making me look bad? Why are you trying to make me sound like a criminal? That doesn't sound happy-go-lucky to me. It would have just been so much better had she just popped on and just been like, look, mistakes were made. I didn't give the women their money back. I didn't handle the situation the best I could. And for all those things, I'm sorry. But I've made the situation right now, and I just want to grow and move past this. 5-minute video. Done. Hands washed. We could all go home and be like, she made a mistake. We all make mistakes. It's good to go. Yay, ZaZa. But instead, she came on and made a video where for 15, 20 minutes, she talked crap about other people, debased them, talk about how unworthy they were, how much they're not contributing, and how much she gives, how amazing she is. Then she proceeds to just lie about the whole thing and then go, but you know, everybody who's saying something different than me, it's all a conspiracy by racism and white supremacy. That's the real problem. And you guys are making me look like a criminal, and this is all wrong. I can't imagine what she's going to say for the next 20 minutes, but let's just, zero accountability, Nonya. Exactly. Zero accountability. Like just none. None whatsoever. Everybody's wrong. There's a full-blown conspiracy. She compared herself to R. Kelly and Bill Cosby. If they'll take R. Kelly down, why wouldn't they take me down? Because you're not R. Kelly, woman. First of all, R. Kelly really was doing stuff. Okay, let's be clear. I wouldn't compare myself to R. Kelly when he was really doing things wrong. See, that's what I'm saying. Her heart is talking. Bill Cosby admitted that he was dropping stuff. Now, they came for Bill Cosby because he was doing stuff good for the community. But at the end of the day, she just compared herself to two people who were actually doing some of the stuff that they were accused of doing. So whether she realizes or not, her heart is talking. Her heart is saying, I did it. I was wrong. But back up off of me. Even though her mouth is trying to make a bunch of excuses, on a subconscious level, she's telling us what's up. That's the cocky look right there. Just cocky.
So let me tell you what all this. Now, I don't want to get too upset. That's the reason why. Another reason why I didn't do this. Like I've always said, I operate on a spiritual level. Sometimes it's best to just say nothing. Sometimes it's best to just be quiet. I've gone through anger, mad at God, mad at the world, self-pity, mad at myself for all of the mistakes that I made, all of the different things that I could have, should have, would have done, all of the people that I was trying to help and look out for that turned against me. I've gone through every possible stage.
She didn't go through remorse, though. Remorse, that whole stage, the remorseful stage, she just skipped right over that. She just leaped over it, but she had all these other feelings.
The emotional scale over the past couple of months. At which point was I supposed to come out and talk to the public? If my well-being is my number one priority, at which point was I supposed to come and explain anything to you? If my well-being is my number one priority, if I'm struggling to keep my head in the game of life, I took a major financial loss. My sister passed away in October. My son dislocated his knee for the second time a couple of weeks later. I thought he was going to have surgery. I got people who I was trying to look out for. I knew I undercharged for the trip, talking shit to me like I'm a little ass kid. At which point was I supposed to come forward and explain anything to any of you people?
I can't. Oh, she's so cocky. These looks on her face. Look, you know how she said earlier in the video, don't listen to the words. just mute the video and look at how they're acting? Let's go ahead. I'm gonna mute the video. We're gonna take her advice and we're gonna mute the video. She said that earlier. She said mute the video and just watch the energy that people are giving off. So let's watch her energy. Let's watch her energy. What is her energy? She told us to do this early on in the video. What kind of energy is she giving off? What kind of energy is she giving off? I love when guilty people go on the attack. You know what I'm saying? Me. That's what the energy she's getting off. She keep putting me. I. ZaZa. Yeah. Let's skip ahead and see what she has to say. Because nothing but excuses. Exactly. Very aggressive. No, dog eat dog. She's not very aggressive. Yeah, negative energy, Reggie. She's not very aggressive for someone who should be remorseful. She's just aggressive in general. That's how she moves. She's an aggressive person. Look at the energy. She said, mute the video and watch. So we're doing what she told us to do earlier in the video. Don't listen to the words. Watch the energy. Her energy is negative. It's aggressive. It's cocky. It's condescending. She's pointing her finger. She's looking down at you. Do you know what I'm saying? That is her energy. By her own, in this video, she told us, don't just watch and listen to people on YouTube. Mute their videos and watch their energy. Well, we see your energy. She's operating from the heart chakra right now. The heart chakra can be dark, though. Everybody's heart doesn't have light in it. Some people have dark hearts. And I'm not saying her heart is dark. I'm just saying that operating from the heart chakra means different things depending on how your heart operates. Everybody's heart is not good. So a lot of people operate from their heart and do wicked things. For real.
At a pretty significant discount to pay in full, but that means none of that money comes back to me. Do you have a vested interest in any of that?
Let's skip through.
Paying for flights if I never intended on having a trip.
She's pissed off. She is pissed off.
Deposits for 15 massages. Source A was supposed to do 17 to 18 massages, and the other venue was supposed to do the other 15. I had to give them a deposit for those massages. Not getting that money back. You got something on that? You made a video. You got something to say about me? You got a comment to make about my business?
You know, what's really funny is that something that the women were complaining about is the women were complaining that, you know, a lot of them took off of work. They lost that money. A lot of them took plane tickets. That money was lost. She didn't provide them with documentation so that they could kind of recoup those for those who had, you know, had some level of insurance for their trip or anything like that. She's all concerned about the money that she lost. But note that who she's not bringing up are all the other women that were involved in this. All the other people who lost out on money. There was a woman who flew out from she wasn't on the continental US. She flew from outside of the continental US, got there, and had no place to stay. She's not going to talk about that woman. I believe she was from Puerto Rico. She's not going to talk about that woman. She's just talking about her, me, what happened to me. She has no care for or words for any of the other people, which is very unfortunate. No words or care for any of them. We're 40 minutes into this video and she has no words for or care for any of them. It's just a whole lot of, she's very clear on how she suffered though. She's going to tell you, she's about to tell us right now all the ways that she suffered. But that chick who flew in from Puerto Rico and had nowhere to go was out of her money and then had to come up with more money because she couldn't leave. Because she was stuck there. There's no words for that chick. She's unimportant. What's important is ZaZa. ZaZa matters. She's the one that matters.
And what's going on in my life? You got something on that? None of my money has come back to me. from the hotel, part of my deposit from the venue. None of that money has come back to me yet. And I wonder if all of the hoopla hadn't happened, if people would have just allowed me to handle my business without getting in the way, everybody would have been paid off by now.
Oh, is everybody not paid off? Is that what she's saying? Everybody would have been paid off by now? Does that mean that everybody wasn't paid off? Now it's everybody else's fault. She has no accountability or responsibility in this. Everybody else did all that stuff. They were calling the hotel. They were trying to tell their story. They were, you know what? $3,000 is a lot of money for some people. Okay? A lot of people don't have $3,000 to just throw around, don't have several days to just be taken off of work, don't have money to be throwing on plane tickets and just lose it. A lot of people don't have that. But they're a problem because they tried to be proactive about finding out what was going on. They're a problem because when CBS News reported that you never gave the hotel any money and that it wasn't a car accident that caused the cancellation of the event, but that the hotel canceled the event because they didn't get their money a month before, none of that is what's relevant. What's relevant is how she feels. And y'all, I got, people really drugged me for the first video I made on ZaZa Ali because I just was like, look, we've all made mistakes. We all can be redeemed. We all have been in a position where we have done something wrong and it's just gone too far. And we didn't know how to extricate ourselves from that. We didn't know how to double back on that situation. Everybody has been in that position. I know I have. So I was willing to just, in my first video, and I had to delete a lot of comments because people were like, oh, well, you're making excuses for her. Oh, well, Irene, you're always in butterfly land and you're always trying to make stuff sound positive. And, I got drugged for that. What do people always say? You live in Disneyland, Irene? Too flippin' positive for real life? I was just trying to give her the benefit of the doubt that I would want because my day could come too. My day could come too, y'all, where I make a mistake. Your day could come too, where you make a mistake. And we all need to have the room to do better and to grow. It is essential. But so I was very disappointed when I saw this video. No growth. There is no growth. There is no remorse. There is no empathy. She has another video where she's carrying on about how empathetic she is. She could just read a comment and she has to keep herself out of social media because her empathy levels are so high that she just picks up energy and it affects her so deeply. But she's not deeply affected for these women. She's not deeply affected for that chick who came out from Puerto Rico and was stranded in Sonoma. Stranded there. Had to come up with money for someplace to be, was stuck there because her plane wasn't leaving and the expense was too great. She has no sympathy for those women, even though she's such an empathetic person. And I'm astonished that she thought, I don't even know what part 2 would say, y'all. And I'm mad that she's going to be on ZaZaAli.com. You could hear part 2 or 2. She's still a hustler. She's a hustler through this all. Early on in this video, she was pitching different things she was doing. She's trying to get people to go to her website to hear part 2 or 2 of her talk crap. She's a hustler. Just period.
18 people have been refunded today. 18. Y'all mathematicians, since you like to expose ZaZa Ali, you do the numbers on that at $14.99 a piece.
And let's be clear that she's taking shots at Nyla Says right now. She's taking shots at Nyla Says, who wasn't even trying to expose her. But just because the women kept coming to Nyla, Nyla was like, sure, have my platform, share your story. How is telling the truth exposing somebody? When did the truth become something dirty? That's what I don't understand. A lot of people did nasty videos on ZaZa, The one person who had receipts was Nyla, and she just let the people tell their story. She made sure they came with proof because she was not about to have anybody lie on ZaZa. And she just let the women talk from the heart. There was a woman on there that said that she had left the church because of being exploited in the church and in Christianity. And she went searching to grow spiritually and found ZaZa, and she was violated again. Where is the sympathy for the woman who claims she was violated twice over? Where's the sympathy for her? Since she's operating from the heart chakra, as she said earlier. I can't with this BS. The heart chakra? Y'all, I don't know.
18 refunds have already been confirmed. Fraud, why would you just not say what actually happened, that you didn't get the services rendered, so that you would just... Sister just died, and my son was going through something major. And I got people talking to me sideways. I'm a grown-ass woman. This is a business transaction. Should have known the hotel energy, the way those people started handling me, the problems I started having with them. I should have known. Source A, I had a problem with this dude at the first trip. And I knew.
Now she's coming for all the people who told on her. The hotel who said she didn't pay them. And then her business partner, the guy that was giving the massages, who went on Nyla Says channel and outed her for being crooked. She's attacking him now. That's who she's talking about, for those of you who don't know. That's who she's talking about. She's talking about her business partner who was taking the trip with her because he wasn't about to be down with the shenanigans. And he went on Nyla Says and he just told the truth. And that's who she's talking about right now. She's going to drag everybody who came out to speak the truth about this Sonoma trip. About this Sedona trip. She's going to drag everybody.
No, I had a situation on my first trip. I had to change my dates. And I knew the universe was talking to me then, and I didn't listen. Still proceeded to have him be a part of my business, my organization, trying to help this dude, trying to help him in every possible way that I could. And he turned out to be a snake, and I knew it.
Y'all, let's see how she wraps this up. I can't listen to her drag people the whole time.
One female who was originally part of one of the females who was in the news report. I didn't see it, but I know who it is. You know what I mean? I could have been staying and I could have been in close proximity with this person. The person who called and cussed the hotel out, I could have been in close proximity with this type of energy. One of the females was signed up for Sedona, and she missed like 4 months of payments, right? So I said, okay, instead of me just canceling you because you've reneged on your contract, she tried to come at the last minute with some shit about meals. I'll just flip you over to the next trip, and I'll switch your money over to the next trip, and we'll compensate you that way just to try to, you know what I'm saying, make this situation right. She still didn't make any payments after that. Do you know this female reached out to the reporter and told the reporter I wasn't giving her money back? I would have been in close proximity with this person. There is a female who was in my sister Cypher support group who did an interview with one of the peasants online. I know because one of my sister Cypher support group members reached out to me and said, hey, let's respond to this. But at that point, I was tapped out. She did an interview and said that she felt like the trip, my sister Cypher support group was fraudulent, which there's no possible way. You know what I'm saying? All money go to our members. But she was going to be staying in the same.
For the Sister Cypher support group, ZaZa is often named the winner of that. Some people came on who are a part of it, and they talked about that too. That's why she's bringing all of this stuff up. Because Nyla says, whether Nyla meant to or not, because Nyla couldn't have known what everybody was going to say when they came on there. But when those people who associated with and were giving money to and doing business with ZaZa Ali came on, they dug a hole so deep for her, there was no pulling herself out of it. Had ZaZa tripping to the point where she said the community was expendable because she was that pissed off.
I have so much clarity right now. And I've learned so many beautiful lessons about business and about operating from the heart center in business versus being shrewd about how I conduct my business. It's a totally different ballgame now. And not to say that I'm not still going to be who I am by nature, because I am, but this will never happen to me again, ever.
It's funny how this happened to her. This didn't happen to all the people who were involved. This didn't happen to all the women. It just happened to her. It will never happen to her again because it's just about her. It's only about her. That's all. She's the only one that matters. I'm going to tell you right now.
Talking about spirituality, not really talking about, controversial things, kind of staying in my own lane, just being true to who I am. I didn't know you guys cared so much about me.
Yeah, let's just end there. She didn't know we cared so much about her. I didn't care about her. I didn't make my video on ZaZa until that woman talked about not money. She talked about on a spiritual level how she was hurt and the violation she felt because she had left the church and started searching still to be a better person and hooked onto ZaZa only to have this happen. She didn't badmouth her. She just talked about her personal pain. I had hoped more would come from this response. I'd hoped more would come from this response from ZaZa, but unfortunately, that's not the case. I guess this is all she has to give. All she has to give. This is all she has to give. Is self-centeredness, narcissism, heavy self-focus, but no introspection. She has no level of introspection. For all the looking and focusing on herself that she does, she completely and totally lacks all introspection, which is astonishing to me. Because how can you look at yourself and be that in tune with yourself and how you feel and what you want and da-da-da, and not have the ability to be introspective about your behavior, actions, or even how she speaks about other people? She's literally not said anything but negative things about everybody. If we go back to the beginning of this video, and you guys can listen to it on the playback for those of you that weren't here, she spends most of this video putting other people down, calling them crowns in a crown box, calling them peasants, saying that they're beneath her, calling them talking heads, fake this, fake that, talking about how she's above certain mindsets and da-da-da. Even though we can go to her page and see she's just the same. She has a problem with people speaking about her as a public figure, and she claimed earlier in this video she doesn't do that, but then we go to her page and we see that she speaks about public figures all the time. But God forbid anybody talks about her. Ariana Grande and Aretha Franklin. She talks about Beyonce and Cardi B. She talks about Black Panther. She talks about all kinds of things. Keaton Jones, Roy Moore, Trump, Harvey Weinstein. She talks about public figures too. But then when she becomes the subject, because she puts herself out there to be the subject. But then remember, she blamed y'all. She said, I didn't put myself out here. I'm just here for me. You guys keep putting me on all these pedestals. That's what she said, y'all. You guys are putting her on these pedestals. It's your fault her head is big as hell. Let's be clear. You guys did this. She did not do this to herself. You created the monster. She gives and gives and gives, and all you people do is take and take. Let's just go back to that. I want to leave with that. I want to leave with her telling us how she gives and gives and gives, and all you do is take.
Is going to be addressing that and close out the Sedona area. Trying to start muting these videos. Your business. Unless you have a vested interest, it's none of your business. Man.
So let's hear it, because I want you guys to hear. She gives, you're takers. She's a giver, you're a taker. We have to hear it from her mouth, and then I'm going to get out of here.
I'll save that for video too, because I want to get this specific part out of the way. There won't be any back and forth. I won't be responding to any videos. I won't be responding to any comments. You know, when you ask me how long did it take me, why did it take me so long to come out publicly and talk about this? Because it's none of your business. It's none of your business. I'm talking to the people who hate me. I'm talking to the people who are indifferent. And I'm talking to the people that love me. It was none of the reporter's business. That's why I wouldn't sit down and talk to him. The devil that he is. This is none of your business. Unless you have a vested interest in, you paid some money for a trip. One of my other trips, I could see somebody who was a part of one of my other trips hit me up and saying, hey, what's going on with this? Is everything okay? You know, I'm concerned, which none of them did. I had 3 cancellations, which, you know, they have every right to do so. And I don't know what the reason was, but, you know, that's a part of the business. That comes with the territory. I could see somebody who had a vested interest in my business, maybe an investor or something, wanting to be in the know with what's happening to me in regards to my business. But for everybody else, it's none of your business. So this video, what I'm about to break down, I'm not responding to what anybody said. I don't care. I'm going to tell you what happened. You can take it or leave it. You can go and make another video. You can respond. You can say this isn't true, or this person said that, or I heard that. I don't care. And I specifically, this has been a training session for everybody who tunes into my videos or who listens to what other people say about me, or who heard what she said or what he said, or any of that shit. Social media does not run my life. I didn't deem myself a public personality. Y'all did. I never called myself a leader of the people. People call me that. My only goal is to lead myself.
Her only goal is to lead herself, but we know she contradicts that later in the video. I mean, wait, her only goal is to lead herself, but let's just go back. She only wants to lead herself, but here she is on her channel making all kinds of videos to fucking lead other people. All kinds of videos to lead other people. Why you need a vision board. If she's telling you why you need a vision board, is that about leading you? She's teaching about energy compensation, queens versus concubines. She's giving messages to Amber Rose. Seeing ourselves in what we attract. This is all her trying to lead other people. She's talking about male leadership and sisterhood. She has a whole sister cipher. You know what I'm saying? Keys to manifesting your higher self. Is that not an attempt to lead other people? Is this something that you're imposing on her? I ask you, are you imposing this on her, or does she make and video these videos and upload them to YouTube herself so that people would watch them? Does she put all these videos on YouTube with the hope that none of you guys would look at them? Oh, but it's your fault. You guys are trying to make her a leader. She's not literally on YouTube making leadership videos. That's not what's going on.
And I've said that multiple times over the years. So you can take what I'm about to say and you can do whatever you want to do with it. But the bottom line is you're getting a lot more than what you actually even, you know what I'm saying, than what's even warranted in this situation. this new social media, everything's got to be, you got to respond to everything. People so used to people getting people to say sorry. I can't tell you how many emails I got. Well, actually, it wasn't a lot. Maybe about 5, somewhere 5, 10, somewhere around there. You just need to publicly come forward publicly and apologize. To who? To the women that were a part of the retreat, I apologized to them directly. I got on the phone and talked to those women directly. So who am I publicly apologizing to? You, because you subscribe to my YouTube channel? That's not a reciprocal relationship. I'm giving. You're giving me nothing.
And let's stop there. Those of you who are subscribed to ZaZa Ali's YouTube channel, you aren't giving her shit. She's giving it to you. It's not a reciprocal relationship. You're a taker. You're a taker. But let's hear what she says. If you visit any of her conferences, go to her retreats, this is what she has to say about you. She's not done. She's not done telling you how you don't matter.
You paid $20 and came to see me speak somewhere and you're disappointed in me. This dude sent me an email.
You paid $20 to go see her talk somewhere? You don't matter either. You're a taker. Y'all, you guys would have to watch this yourself. You can watch it on the playback. I skipped through it. I mean, this is ridiculous. Yeah, she's doing you a favor, Jamie Star News. You guys made her your leader. You guys did everything. It's all your fault. It's all your fault. Everything is your fault. Everything is your fault. You are just taking and taking and taking and taking from ZaZa. You people are disgusting. Look at the look on her face. She's over it. She's actually pissed off and done with this crap. And she said just a minute ago, she's about to give you more than you deserve. And that's this video. And we just listened to it, so we won't listen to it again. And in this video, she lets you know just how debased you all are, what a victim she is, and how this is all a conspiracy. She's just like Bill Cosby. She's just like R. Kelly. She said it. She's just like guilty people. It's all a trap of racism and white supremacy. And you guys are fodder for the fire. This was amazing. I don't even know what part 2 of 2 would say, but I just think she shouldn't release it because this is literally some BS. And if you're subscribed to her YouTube channel, I think you should unsubscribe because you're taking from her. It's not reciprocal and you give nothing and add no value to her life. She is just giving and giving and giving to you. If you're paying your little funky $20 to go see her talk, she owes you nothing. So keep your $20 in your pocket. There's a homeless person somewhere that needs it. There's a meal that you can provide to your family. Don't give it to her, right? Don't do that. Because you are insignificant too. And that is essentially what ZaZa had to say in her message from ZaZa Ali about Sedona. You suck. She's amazing. And if you don't agree, she doesn't care. I'll just summarize it because that's what she said. So with that said, I'm going to go, you guys. I don't even know what to say. This was a lot less than I was hoping for, but my hopes don't matter, according to ZaZa, nor do yours. So she did what she felt she needed to do, which was essentially just show us more of who she is. And she's an interesting person, to say the least. And I hope that she grows as a human being, as I hope for us all. I want to grow as a person. I want to see her grow as a person too. Because right now, this is very backward. But hell, we all do screwed up stuff, right? We've all done horrible things. Maybe she's just in that place right now. And maybe she'll move past it with any luck. But for the here and now, this is some BS. Yeah, Lulu, she said she's putting a part 2 together and she's going to talk crap about everybody, all her haters, which is unfortunate. I'm going to leave my other video up that I did on ZaZa, despite the fact that people thought I was being soft toward her and making excuses and da-da-da. Because I still believe what I said in that video. And I'll stand by it here, even though she's doubling down on a whole lot of crap that these shenanigans are out of control. But I'll stand by what I said in that video, which is essentially that we all make mistakes, and sometimes we wallow for longer in our mistakes than others. So she seems to still be wallowing in her mistake. And I know, because I was in an abusive relationship once, when people are abusive and narcissistic and they do things wrong to you, they try to turn it around like what they did to you is your fault. You know what I'm saying? If they slap you, it's your fault. If they hurt you, it's your fault. It's not that they're bad and wicked and just they shouldn't have done it. Something that you did triggered them. And I heard a lot of that in this video that she made. She kept blaming other people for her actions. Everything was somebody else. The women were wrong for calling the hotel. The hotel was making stuff up. Her business partner, he was a bad person. The one that came forward to tell about how she's a scammer. Everything was somebody else's fault, and the victim was her, in fact. And nobody else's feelings or experiences counted because she didn't address any of that. She only addressed her feelings, her experiences. And I know that there are some people that operate that way. And some of you have been in relationships with women who behave like that. They'll turn themselves into the victim over every little thing. Some of you have been in relationships with men who behave like that, treat you like crap, and then make it like you had it coming. It's your fault. If only you were different, they would have been different. Everything that went wrong is your fault. Deflection, exactly. There's a group of people that operate like that. She seems to be of that ilk. She seems to be of that ilk. She can change, just like we all can change. But right now, she's with the bullshit. And that's what's up. And with that said, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.